There is a man you know. Maybe you have worked beside him for years. Maybe you have sat across a table from him in a meeting that was falling apart. Maybe you have watched him from across a crowded room and felt something you could not immediately name, a pull, a gravity, a quiet recognition that something about this man was different from most men you had ever encountered. Not louder. Not more polished. Not more aggressive in his self-presentation. Different in a way that went deeper than style or surface. You have felt that pull before. Most men have, at least once. The pull toward the man who seems, without apparent effort, to occupy the center of every room he enters. The man who, when a crisis emerges, becomes the stillest point in a storm of panic. The man whose opinion carries weight before he has even offered it, because everyone in the room already senses that when he does speak, it will be worth hearing. And most men have also felt the opposite. The quiet, uncomfortable awareness of standing in a room full of people and sensing, with a certainty that is small but undeniable, that they are not the one others are turning to. That when the decision is being made, their name is not the first one spoken. That when someone is needed, they are not the first call. That gap, between the man others choose first and the man who watches it happen to someone else, is not a gap of talent. It is not a gap of intelligence or education or raw ability. It is not even, in most cases, a gap of effort. Most men who feel that gap are working hard. They are showing up. They are doing what they believe is required. And yet something is missing. Something beneath the performance, beneath the effort, beneath the carefully constructed presentation of competence. What is missing is character. Not in the moralistic sense, not virtue as a religious or social obligation. Character in the deepest, most practical sense. The kind of character that Stoic philosophy has described with remarkable consistency across 25 centuries of human history. The kind of character that shows up not in the polished moments, but in the unguarded ones. Not in the easy days, but in the hard ones. Not in the performance, but in the private practice that makes genuine performance possible. The ancient Stoics were not armchair philosophers. They were men who lived in the fullest engagement with the world, who governed empires, survived slavery, navigated exile, managed great wealth and devastating loss. Marcus Aurelius sat at the center of the most powerful civilization on earth and carried the weight of millions of lives. Epictetus had every external freedom stripped from him and discovered, in that stripping, the only freedom that cannot be taken. Seneca moved between extraordinary wealth and complete ruin and wrote, through all